Welcome to my channel and let's solve this beautiful geometry puzzle together. We are given a square and inscribed are a quarter circle and a semicircle such that they both touch the sides of the square and also intersect each other at this point. The radius of the quarter circle is 36 and the diameter of the half circle or the semicircle is 34. And the question is asking us what is the area of the square. Now, how do you do this? It's just so easy. Let me take you through that step by step. Now, for us to find the area of a square, we know too well that area of a square is just for you to get the side. If you can get the length of each side, then you square it and that gives you the area. Now, the question is, how do we find this S? The S is just the side of the square. Now go back to this question. All you need to do is to remember a theorem. And what is that theorem? The theorem says that for any time you have a circle drawn and another circle is drawn such that they both touch each other at a point, we call this the point of tangency. This is where they both make, this is the point of tangent of the two circles. And if you have the center of the circle and then the center of this circle, we say that this is the center of this circle and this is also the center of the small circle. These 3 points here are collinear. They form a straight line according to your tangency theorem. Now, this theorem is going to help us in answering this question. Now, what do? Remember that this is the center of the quarter circle and this is the point of tangency, just like what we have here. And here becomes this, from here to here is the diameter of the half circle. Automatically the center of it is here such that this length, remember, if from here to here is 34, we can adjust it to get the radius. The radius will be from here down to this end, and that gives us, divide 34 by 2, it gives you 17. So here is 17 and the remaining length will also be 17, so that when you add them up it gives you 34. Now, this is the center of the circle. So if this is the center, this is the point of tangency, and this is also the center of the quarter circle. If you obey this theorem, these 3 points are collinear. They are going to form a straight line. Let's join this and see if it helps us in finding the length of the side of the square. So we join. So this is what we have. Join it gradually. So this is the straight line. We have formed a straight line. Now, what do we do next? If you go back to this diagram, remember that from here to here is the radius of this half circle, and you know that radius is the line from the center touching any part of the circumference. So it means we can also get another radius and we are targeting this. So in that case, from here down to this end is also the radius, and if from here to here is 17, this one also measures 17. Now, if you go to the quarter circle, remember you have it that from here to here is the radius, because when you have your circle drawn, this is the center. If you divide this into 4 parts, this part is what we have in the question. This is what we have. So this is the center, like we said, and from the center touching this arc gives you the radius. So it means that from here to here being 36, automatically this line is also measured as 36. So this is 36 units. So we can get the total length. So the total length of this will be, add this and this, that gives us 53 units. So the total length from here to here measures 53 units. What else do we need to know? Remember also that for a square, it right angles at each of the vertices. So it's right angles here. Now we are free to bring out this part of the right angle, but you know, we need to know this length from here to here. Can we find this length? Let's say that this length measures x. What do? If this length measures x, it means that from here to this end is going to give us a total of 17. Add is gives us 17 plus x. Now, what is the length from here to here? Let's take this part off. To get this total length, we are going to have it as this total length. Remember, this length is the same with this. Now we're going to have it, the total length will be from here to here, which is 17. This gives you 17. So the total length will give us 34 plus this x. This is the total length. Now let's bring out this right triangle out. If we do that, this is what we have. This length measures 53 units. From here to here measures 17 plus x. And this end measures 34 plus x. Remember, it's right angles here. And each time you are working with a right angle triangle and you are working with the size, always remember to use your Pythagorean's theorem. Now let's apply Pythagorean's theorem to find x, and then it helps us to find the area of the square. Let's do that together. Applying Pythagorean's theorem on this, remember that this length that is opposite to this right angle is the longest, the hypotenuse. So we're going to square that, and that gives us 53 squared is equal to square the two legs and then sum. And it gives us 17 plus x squared plus 34 plus x squared. Let's simplify this. This gives us 53 squared gives us 2,809. For this, just remember for every a plus b squared, it's always a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Apply this algebraic identity here. We are having 17 squared plus 2 times 17 times x plus x squared plus, for this, apply the same identity. We have 34. So we're going to have, let's take this down. Then we have plus 34 squared plus 2 times 34 times x plus x squared. Now let's simplify this. This is going to give us 2,809. 17 squared gives us 289 plus, multiply this, it gives us 34x plus x squared. For this, we are going to have 34 squared gives us 1,156. Multiply this, we are going to have 68x plus x squared. Now what do we do next? Let's collect like terms. We have 2,809 is equal to, we can add these two, it gives us 1,445 plus, add these two, it gives us 102x, add this, it gives us 2x squared. Now what do we do next? Let's remove this, and because it's positive, you are going to subtract. So we subtract it from both sides, and that this will take off this. So let's take it to this part. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for always choosing to learn tutorials. And if you are still new, why not subscribe for the more tips you'll get from us? Make sure notification bell is on, because we have updates for you every day. And if you love what to do, don't forget to give us thumbs up and also share. Let's do this together to have. From here, we now have, this gives us 0 is equal to, subtract this, it gives us negative 1,364 plus 102x plus 2x squared. Let's rearrange this so that the one with the highest power begins. It gives us 2x squared plus 102x minus 1,364 is equal to 0. We can divide by 2 to reduce it. So if you do that, we are having x squared, divide this, it gives us, this will give us 51x, then divide this, it gives us negative 682. This is equal to 0. Now this has led us to quadratic equation. To solve this, we are going to get the factors, two numbers that when you multiply, it gives you negative 682, and when you add the two numbers, it gives us positive 51. How do you do that? Let me show you how you can do it easily. 2 can divide this. This gives us 341. At this point, 11 can divide. It gives us 31. 31 divides itself gives you 1. Now, because we want to get two numbers that when you add, it gives you 51. You want to get it from here. So look at this. If you pair this, you see that this will give you 22. And 22 and 31 are not close to 51. So this cannot help us. Now, what do you do next? Let's pair this. If you multiply this and this, it gives you 62. And 62 and 11, when you subtract this, you see it gives you 51. So in that case, the two numbers we use are, we are going to use positive 62 and negative 11. So that when you multiply this, it gives you back this. And when you subtract this, it gives you back 51. Let's replace it to have. So we now have x, put one x here, and then this factor in here, then x minus 11 is equal to 0. Then it means that x plus 62 is equal to 0. Let's solve this. So we subtract 62 from both sides. And if you do that, x is equal to negative 62. For this, x minus 11 is equal to 0. Add 11 to both sides. And when you do that, this takes off. X is equal to 11. And remember, we are working with the size of a shape. In that case, we are going to reject this x value and then accept the positive x value as 11. Now that we have found the value of x, let's now get the area of the square. Let's do that together. Recall that for our square, this length here we said measures 34 at x. The total length from here down to this measures 34 plus x. Now, since you have gotten x, we are going to have it as the side will be 34 plus 11. And this will give us the side of the square is, add this, it gives you 45. Now that we have known the side of the square, we can have it that the area is s squared. So we now have it that the area will be 45 squared. And 45 squared is the same as 2025. So it means that the area of this square is 2025 squared units. And I hope you learned something. Let's know how much. Like, share. I'll also be curious to see your own method. Thank you for always choosing to learn through us. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.